Have you ever wondered how the humble ballpoint pen, a tool of creativity and communication that we use daily, comes into existence? This everyday instrument, often overlooked despite its omnipresence, carries with it a rich history and complex manufacturing process that is sure to pique your interest. The humble ballpoint pen, just the size of your palm, is a perfect testament to human ingenuity and the power of precision engineering. The process of creating this frequently used tool might surprise you with its complexity, and it is this complexity that we will delve into today. The transformation of raw materials into a finely crafted writing instrument is nothing short of a marvel. It is the result of countless hours spent by engineers and manufacturing experts who work tirelessly to ensure that every pen meets the highest of standards. The making of a ballpoint pen involves a fascinating series of steps. Each step is a part of a larger puzzle, and no single step can be ignored or underestimated. The journey starts not with the exterior shell, as one might assume, but rather with the pen's heart, the ballpoint tip. The birth of a ballpoint pen always begins at this point. This tiny sphere, often made of brass, steel, or tungsten carbide, is the product of precise engineering and manufacturing. It is ground to a mirror-like finish, a process that requires the utmost attention to detail. The glossy finish is not simply for aesthetics, but it also ensures the smooth movement of the ball and the even distribution of ink. Once the ballpoint tip has been ground and polished, it's then fitted into a socket made of the same material. This socket not only the ball in place, but also controls the flow of ink. It is a crucial component that ensures the quality and longevity of the pen. This assembly, where the ballpoint tip meets the socket, is known as the ball housing. The ball housing is the heart of the pen, the part that brings the pen to life. It's not just a tube filled with ink, but a marvel of precision engineering. This simple yet complex assembly is the reason why we can enjoy the smooth, uninterrupted flow of ink on paper. From ball housing, our journey will take us to other steps in the manufacturing process of a ballpoint pen. The ink reservoir, the barrel, the cap, the clip, and the push button. Every component has a story to tell. Every component is a result of meticulous planning and execution. So the next time you pick up a ballpoint to jot down a quick note or sketch an idea, take a moment to appreciate the marvel of engineering that you are holding in your hand. It's an everyday object, a tool of creativity and communication, yet its creation is a fascinating process. The journey begins with the pen's heart, the ballpoint tip. This tiny sphere, often made of brass, steel, or tungsten carbide, is ground to a mirror-like finish. It's then fitted into a socket made of the same material. This assembly is called the ball housing. The next stage involves the ink. As we delve into this intriguing process, it's important to understand that the ink for a ballpoint pen isn't just an ordinary liquid. It is far from being unassuming fluid that most of us might envisage. In reality, it's a beautifully designed, carefully concocted fusion of several key elements. The paramount ingredient in this blend is the dyes. These aren't just any colorants. They are meticulously selected to ensure superior color quality and longevity. Chosen for their vibrant hues and resistance to fading, these dyes are the soul of the ink, giving life to the words we write. Next to the dyes, solvents play a crucial role in this blend. Their primary function is to keep the ink in a liquid state, ensuring it doesn't dry up or clog the pen. The solvents used are special, designed to evaporate slowly in order to keep the ink flowing smoothly for a prolonged period. Resins, the third key ingredient, act as binders. They bind the dye particles together and to the paper when the ink is applied. Without resins, the ink would not adhere properly to the paper, and the words would easily smear or rub off. But the art of ink making doesn't end there. These elements must be combined in such a way that the resulting mixture has the perfect viscosity. It's a delicate balancing act. If the ink is too thick, it won't flow smoothly out of the pen. It will clog up the ball mechanism, rendering the pen useless. Conversely, ink is too thin, it'll leak out of the pen, causing unsightly smudges and potentially ruining the user's work. Once this intricate process is complete, the ink is ready to be filled into a reservoir. This reservoir isn't just any container. It's a thin plastic tube meticulously designed to hold the ink in the pen, allowing it to be released in a controlled, steady manner when the pen is in use. This ink is then filled into a reservoir, which is essentially a thin plastic tube. Now, to join the heart and lifeblood of our pen, the ball housing is inserted into one end of the ink-filled reservoir. This is a crucial step in the pen creation process, transporting us into its very core. The part we hold in our hands, and which breathes life into our words, is being consciously and meticulously constructed. The ball housing, robust yet intricate, is like the heart of the operation, playing a vital role in the pen's functionality. The housing is placed with care into one end of the ink-filled reservoir. This reservoir, a slender vessel, is brimming with inky darkness, waiting in anticipation to etch our thoughts onto paper. It's akin to a boundless universe, full of potential that is about to be harnessed. The connection between the ball housing and the ink reservoir secured with a tight seal, a barrier that stands as the gatekeeper of the ink flow. This seal is not just about holding the ink in place, but managing its release. It works with the precision of a Swiss watch, allowing the ink to flow only when the ball rolls. When the ball is set into motion as you write, it is akin to a ballet. The ink dances from the reservoir, through the ball, and finally graces the paper with its presence, pulling the ink out onto the paper. The dance is mesmerizing and seamless, a silent dialogue between the pen and the paper, conducted with utmost grace and precision. A tight seal ensures that the ink will only flow when the ball rolls as you write, pulling the ink out onto the paper. This is the symphony of a pen at work, an ode to the art of writing. The other end of the ink reservoir is skillfully equipped with a plug. This plug, which is typically comprised of a durable material, expertly prevents the ink from evaporating. Now you may wonder why it's essential to prevent the ink from drying out. The answer lies in the very purpose of a pen, to be able to write until the last drop of ink. If the ink were to dry out prematurely, the pen would cease to fulfill its purpose, turning into nothing more than a hollow tube. This assembling of the plug and the ink reservoir is a meticulous process, done with utmost precision. Its importance cannot be overstated, as any misstep here could result in the pen's malfunction. This precision-guided installation forms a critical part of the making of a ballpoint pen. The completed assembly is commonly referred to as the refill. This humble yet complex structure forms the very heart of a ballpoint pen. Its role is rather understated yet critical. It ensures a smooth ink flow, enabling the pen to make its mark. The refill, in essence, forms the core, the inner workings of a ballpoint pen. This intriguing journey from a simple ink reservoir to a sophisticated writing tool, executed via an assembly process where a plug is introduced to prevent the ink from drying out, and then referred to as a refill, forms the central narrative of the making of a ballpoint pen. The outer casing of the pen, which can be made from plastic, metal, or even precious materials in high-end pens, is then produced. But what does produced actually mean in this context? It implies a process that is crucial and involves a lot of intricate steps. To start off, the right materials need to be chosen. The choice of material has a huge impact on the usability and overall aesthetics of the pen. In budget-friendly pens, you will most commonly find plastic casings. They are light, durable, and come in a myriad of colors. But there is a certain prestige attached to using a metal pen. These pens are not just about the writing, they are about making a statement. The metal gives the pen a weighty feel, subtly exuding a sense of importance and gravitas. When it comes to high-end pens, though, things get even more interesting. This is where we often see the use of precious materials. A pen with a casing made of gold, silver, or even platinum. It's not just about functionality anymore, it's about art and luxury. Once the material is chosen, the shaping process begins. This is where raw materials are transformed into a sleek, elegant casing. It's a process that requires precision, skill, and an eye for detail. The shaping process gives the pen its physical form, ensuring it fits comfortably in the user's hand and is pleasing to the eye. After comes the polishing process. Polishing is about enhancing the beauty of the pen. It brings out the shine, the luster, and the smoothness of the casing. It's about adding that final touch of perfection. Then comes the task of decorating the casing. This is a process that requires creativity and an inherent understanding of aesthetics. The decorations can be as simple as a company logo, or as elaborate as intricate designs and engravings. The casing is ready, but our pen is far from complete. The refill needs to be inserted into the casing. This refill is the heart of the pen. It's what makes the pen a pen. Without it, the casing is just a beautiful shell. And finally, a mechanism is added at the top end to allow the tip to retract when not in use. This mechanism ensures that the pen is ready to write when you need it, and safely tucked away when you don't. Finally, the pen is tested for quality and performance. Only pens that write smoothly and consistently make it past this stage. Any pen that fails is sent back to be rectified or recycled. In summary, the creation of a ballpoint pen involves precision engineering of the ballpoint tip, careful formulation of the ink, and meticulous assembly of the various components. It's a process that balances science, art, and craftsmanship to produce a tool that, while seemingly simple, plays an integral role in our daily lives. So the next time you pick up a ballpoint pen, spare a thought for the intricate process that brought it into your hands.